Good day, students. How has been your holiday? I hope you are enjoying your holiday because I'm enjoying mine. And I hope you are writing all your assignments very well because we are going to check it by the time you return. Now, last time we talked about the last topic we discussed was respiration. But for this time, third time, we are starting with reproduction in humans. I'd like to welcome you learners to my class. Year 8 Biology Checkpoint students, you are all welcome as you listen. Now, reproduction in humans. Yes, I know this is not your first time of hearing about reproduction. Reproduction is a process by which parent organisms bring new organisms of their kinds to life. I would like to say that again. Reproduction is a process by which parent organisms bring new organisms of their kind to life. I mean of their kind. That means human beings giving birth to human beings, not human beings giving birth to dog or goats. Now, before I go further, we all know, briefly I want to talk on the different types of reproduction we have. We have sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Now, asexual reproduction is a process in which just an organism will give rise to organism of its own kind. But for sexual reproduction, it involves two organisms. And that is what we are looking at today. That is what is found in humans. Parent organisms will bring new organisms of their kind to life. Now, the next thing we'll be looking at is changes in the body from birth to adult. Now, we know when we give birth to young ones, they will start growing and developing. Now, when a child is given birth to, when he or she grows to a particular age, maybe age 1, age 2, there are some structures in the body that will remain the same. You know, they don't change, especially between ages 1 to 10. But by the time they are beyond that particular age, some structures in their body will start developing. And that is what we'll be looking at here. And what is responsible for that are referred to as sex hormones. What did I say? Yes, sex hormones. Now, what are hormones? Now, hormone here is a chemical substance that is produced in one part of the body and circulates round but only has an effect on a specific part of the body. That means they are taken to the particular place they are needed. You know, we have different types of hormones in our body. Like we've done when you are in year 7, we talked about some hormones. But for this topic, we'll be looking at basically two hormones, growth hormones and sex hormones, because they are the ones that are related to reproduction. Briefly, I would just want to talk on remind you concerning the other hormones. We have adrenaline hormones. Adrenaline hormones. Say that after me once again. Yes, adrenaline hormones. They are emergency hormones. That is, when you are too excited, you can be sad, or anything emergency. It's as a result of adrenaline hormones. We also have thyroxine hormones. We have several other hormones that are found in our body. So, but for today, we'll be looking major at the two hormones, the growth hormones and the sex hormones. Now, these are the hormones, like I said, we'll be looking at. Growth hormone. It stimulates growth in hands and feet, hips and chest, and also increase the length of legs. That means each growth, that is all the growth that are taking place in your body system, in my body system, is due to the growth hormones. And this is found in both male and female. We all have this growth hormone in our body. Then the other one is gonadotrophin hormone, which is the sex hormone. Again, gonadotrophin hormone. It is the sex hormone. And it's of different types. Now, it is different in male and that of female. For male, the sex hormone is responsible. The sex hormone is referred to as testosterone. Say that again, testosterone. And it helps in the development of the reproductive organ in male. Testosterone. Say that again, testosterone. Now in female, we have two major hormones we'll be looking at. We have estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen and progesterone. They are hormones that are found only in female. They are not found in male. The only hormones we have, the only sex hormone we have in male is the testosterone. But in female, we have estrogen and progesterone. They are responsible for production of ovaries and also in preparation of the uterine wall. So remember, we have the two hormones, growth hormones and gonadotrophin hormones. This is responsible for our growth in our body, increase in size, length, while gonadotrophin is a sex hormone, while in male we have testosterone and in female we have estrogen and progesterone. Yes. Now, with these hormones, like I said the other time, that when we get to a particular age, there are some changes that will take place in the body, and that will lead to what we refer to as puberty. It is the period of change in the body of boys and girls. It is a short span of time that marks the beginning of sexual maturation. That means there are some structures that will start coming out of the body that is not found in somebody that is of age 3 years old, 4 years old. Let's look at this diagram. Yes, it's telling us more about puberty and changes in the body structure. Yes, you can see this structure is different from this, and this is different from this. Yes, this body structure, there are some parts of the body that still remain the same, but there are no changes in the body structure. Let's look at the second drawing here. We will notice that in the private parts, we have the growth of hair coming out from there. That's a sign of puberty, and even enlargement of breast. You can see here too, enlargement of breast will take place. Also in boys, yes, you will notice that the body system is not as developed as this. You know, they would have developed some physique, some well-developed muscles, yeah, compared to this place. Now, the sex organ here is very tiny compared to this, and here you can see that here we have hair that is going around the private part. So these are secondary sexual characteristics that are found in male and female as they grow day by day. Yes. Now, adolescence. No, this leads to what you refer to as adolescence. That is changing from childhood to an adult. So it is a time when a person changes from a child to an adult. And an adult, we have to adapt to some physical and emotional changes like independence. Yes, is one of it. These are some of those things, challenges they face. They will want to be on their own. They will not want you to decide for them. You know, sometimes they will want to buy something. They want to buy particular clothes. They want to look big, like their age mates outside. Then menstrual periods in girls. Yes, it is the flow of blood bleeding from the vagina, and it's a sign of puberty. It shows the girl is already becoming a woman. Wet dreams in boys too takes place is a sign of puberty. That is the release some substances from their private parts while sleeping. Parental understanding, they need their parents to understand them. You know, most times they want to take decision and their parents will like, no, you are not doing this, you are not doing that, I want you to do this. But they will want their parents to understand them. No, they will like, I'm no longer a baby, I can decide on my own. Then physical needs, there are some things that they will need at this particular time, because especially at puberty or adolescence, they would have outgrown some of those things they use, like their undies and several other things. So they will need to get some of these things. Okay, now we want to go to the next topic here, which is reproduction in humans. Reproduction in humans. I hope you are all getting what I'm saying. I want you to listen attentively, because at the end of this class, I'll be asking you several questions. So I want you to be attentive. The male reproductive organ is the first one we'll be looking at. And the male reproductive system is made up of the following. We have the testicles, seminiferous tubules, epididymis, urethra, penis, and glans penis. Again, I would like to repeat that. Testicle, seminiferous tubules, epididymis, urethra, penis, and gland penis. Yes, we still have some other structure, but for now, this is what we'll be looking at. Now, the testicles, they are 2 in number. They are held in a bag of muscle and skin called scrotum. Yes, we have the diagram here. These are the testicles here, 1, 2, and they are always held at the lower part of at the scrotum, at the lower part of the penis. So there are 2 in number in the sac, in the scrotum. Then seminiferous tubules. These are pipes found in the testicle for production of sperm cell. So they are just like long pipes. They are long cord. Yes, we have them here. They are responsible for production of sperm cells. We also have epididymis. It is a long coiled tube for sperm cells collection of sperm. We have the urethra. It allows the passage of sperm in the penis. Yes, we have the urethra here, passage of sperm in the penis, and this is the epididymis, the long coiled part of the male reproductive organ too, that I talked about the other time. So this is the urethra. It's responsible for the passage of the sperm, and also, you know, the male reproductive organ, we always refer to it as a urinogenital organ, because it performs 2 functions. That is, for passage of sperm and also passage of urine. So that is why it is referred to as urinogenital organs. Yes. Then we have the penis. It contains spongy tissue filled with blood to make it stiff and erect. Then the last part, we have the glans penis. This is the tip of the penis covered with foreskin, and it is always the part that is always removed during circumcision. So somebody that is already circumcised is no longer having the glans penis because it has been removed during circumcision. Okay? Hope you are getting what I'm saying, and hope you are attentive. So please be attentive. Now, the female reproductive organ is the next part. Now, they are made up of the ovaries, uterus, vagina, clitoris, and oviduct. Again, ovaries, uterus, vagina, clitoris, and oviduct. We still have so many other parts, but for now, this is what we'll be looking at. Now, we have the ovaries. They develop in the body and produce eggs. Yes, they develop in the ovaries and produce egg, and that is what will develop. That's after fertilization. That is what will pass through the oviduct to be implanted in the uterus for growth or the development of the fetus. Uterus, it receives fertilized eggs and hold fetus till birth. Yes, this is the ovary here, the first one we talked about, and this is where the eggs are produced. Now, this is the uterus. It's where implantation takes place, and after implantation, the fetus starts developing from there till birth. Then we have the vagina. It provides channel for the entry of sperm, that is during sexual intercourse, and provides passage for fetus, that is after the fetus has developed very well in the uterus. Then it moves out through the vagina, and that is when we refer to it as a baby. But when they are still in the uterus, they are still referred to as fetus. Then we have the clitoris. It is penis-like structure in the vagina. We have the oviduct. This is also referred to as the fallopian tube, and it is for passage of fertilized egg. It is only meant for passage of fertilized egg, not for implantation. Why am I saying this? This is the oviduct, and that is the fallopian. It's also referred to as the fallopian tube. So when this egg, when an ovum is released, it passes through the fallopian tube. That is after meeting with a sperm cell. So it becomes fertilized and moves through the fallopian tube, and moves through the fallopian tube like that. Then it moves to the uterus. The fertilized egg must not stay as the fallopian tube. It is very delicate, because if it stays there, that place is not as elastic as the uterus, because as the fetus is growing and developing, the uterus will be elastic, so it will just be enlarging. But if such happens here, it will get to a time that it will be very painful for the woman, and they will have to do some operation. That is what we refer to as an ectopic pregnancy. We are still going to talk about how pregnancy occurs, how eggs are fertilized, and how all these eggs developed to form the fetus. We are still going to look at that in our next class. So once again, this is the female reproductive organ. We have the ovary, the fallopian tube, the uterus. The cervix is just like a valve that will prevent the backward or the forward movement of a substance. So this prevents the fetus from just coming down through the vagina when it is not ready. You can see, just look at the diagram, you can see that this place is closed. But when the fetus is ready, it will open up. It will open up, and the baby comes down through the vagina when the fetus is ready. So I hope you are getting what I've been telling us about reproduction. We have talked about changes from child to adulthood. We have talked about reproduction in the female reproductive system and the male reproductive system. So in our next class, this is what we'll be looking at. So I just want you to see the topic and get prepared towards the next class. In the next class, we'll be starting the menstrual cycle. And before I go, I will want to give an assignment on some of those things I've talked about. Mention 3 parts of the male reproductive organs, list 3 parts of the female reproductive organs, and how many egg cells are found in the ovary. I will be getting this from you in the next class. Till then, stay safe and be blessed. I love you.